Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. A major development took place in the Korean market today, but it's a warning for all companies. There's a company which was originally incorporated as Big Time Music and today known as Big Time Studio or Big Time Music. This company is basically known as Hype Corporation in Korea. They were actually a talent managing agency. What they did is they brought 7 disparate individuals together and made it into one of the most successful bands of all time. It's called K-pop, Korean pop, and their albums were a huge hit all over the world. In fact, in Billboard's top 100 numbers, they have flooded the market for some time. And Hype Corporation, based on this, went public. The shares listed with a big pop and then corrected. But the most successful act is this group. This band consists of 7 members, and they've not only is their music sold through streaming and other devices, they also have done most successful direct events. In fact, in Las Vegas, they hosted the most successful event of this year. In the United States, a quarter of this company's revenue comes from this particular band. Also, in Japan, which is the second largest music market in the world, this group represents 50% of BTS's revenue. This K-pop group is a big revolution in Korea and has taken Korean music all over the world. Like in the case of the great Beatles, all good things have to come to an end. These 7 people thought that this success is only because of them and they could replicate it individually. All of 7 of them wanted them to do different acts separately. They felt that 7 of them individually would make more money for themselves than as a group. This is exactly what happened to Beatles, this has happened to ABBA, this has happened to all successful music groups of all time. It was stupid on the investors to believe that this group would go on forever and this group will not part with ways, when history is replete with such instances of pop groups splitting into parts. When these 7 individuals suddenly announced that the band is suspended for indefinitely and they will not be able to perform together, the stock of this company, Hype Corp, cracked 27% on yesterday and today. Even originally, this stock, immediately after a very successful IPO, just took a major pop on the day of listing and then started to decline and never to recover. The price of the stock is down more than 50%. Music is a fickle business. What is today a sensation will not be a sensation tomorrow. Very few people or few bands have had a history of 40-50 years of big success right throughout. What is in fashion today may not be in fashion 10 or 15 years from now. BTS had acquired another talent agency, Ithaca, through which they have some revenue apart from this group. But a substantial portion of the company's revenues, profits were all tied to this company and managing this group. It is not very clear whether the 7 individuals will continue to work with BTS or they will not, or have they decided to go on their own way. This is a big problem and the company stock will actually be practically worthless. In history, there has been only one company which started with an individual as the main person and today has survived nearly 100 years, even though that family has long since completely sold out. I am talking about the Walt Disney Company. Walt Disney basically started as a studio that would produce the cartoons and own the characters of created by Walt Disney. Basically, what is known as Mickey Mouse and other cartoons that he created. He made the first cartoon movies. He struggled to produce Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, an iconic movie, a first cartoon-based movie ever to be made. But Walt Disney had a very strong brother, Roy Disney, who had his brains about him. Walt Disney himself had only one daughter and a son-in-law who was running this company for some time till there was a hostile takeover. But Walt Disney in his own time knew that he cannot be dependent only on his characters and his movies, and he had diversified into theme parks in his lifetime. And those theme parks were major attractions for tourists all over the world. He started with a tourist theme park in Florida and then moved to California, and today it is available in France and Hong Kong and Tokyo. Along the way, the Walt Disney brand has built a huge library of movies, which is permanently worth a lot of money. They also created and acquired many companies such as Marvel, Pixar, to name a few. And these companies also created big blockbusters. The company merged with ABC Capital Cities and then took control of ABC Television. When the next big opportunity was in streaming, they went ahead and acquired streaming rights in India. Their Hotstar is a major revenue spinner for them. This has meant that Walt Disney Company has remained relevant even today. They run their own Hotstar and they run another movie OTT called Hulu. So what started off was one man's act by his own efforts and his brother's efforts diversified and became a major corporation. Even that stock is struggling in today's market, down several percentage points from its peak at the beginning of the year. But to rely on a company on one particular brand to get banned, to get a big sense of revenue, to go public on that is a tragedy. A lot of retail investors in Korea today are claiming that they lost out because they had invested in this stock. People who had saved for their wedding and education have invested in this company and they have lost money and they are finding out whether there's any way they can get this money back. This is exactly what I have been warning against in both my channels in Tamil and English. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like the content of this video, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support.